So let's start with the gut punch. He came right out of the gate letting us know exactly how he feels. And I always want to say, okay, this is not for shock value. What can we actually learn from this? So for those of you who care, he said a lot there in that first section. And what struck me, did you hear him when he said what's been happening for the last 50 years? So what does that mean, ladies? This is not something that happened overnight. Likewise, this is not something that's going to be corrected overnight.
Correct.
So you always hear me say, it's going to get worse before it gets better. And I hate to say, I think there's going to be a lot of women in my age group, Gen X women, who, as the late great Kevin Samuel said, are going to die alone because we have created, like he said, the men that we ultimately do not want. Because Lucy and I just finished the finishing school and we talked to the women about femininity. That's who we are naturally. We are biologically wired to be softer. Likewise, men are biologically wired to be harder. And ladies, you can lie if you want to, but you know how you feel when a masculine man enters a space or you see a man in a masculine sport or being competitive or, you know, going against any type of conflict. We love that. That's how we were made.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm just playing.
What?
I'm just playing.
To be. So what's the takeaway, ladies? This will get better, but only if those of us who appreciate men stand up and say so. And even if you don't stand up and say so, our behavior has to change. And even when it does, it may be another 50 years before things get better. So that means if you got a man, hold on. You're going to see a lot of women to your left and your right, especially some of the loudest ones, wishing they had what you have. What would you say, Lucy?